Hearing loss after 60. Exercises, foods, and smart habits that actually help hearing loss may feel like a one-way road. Sound fades, frustration grows, and conversations get harder. But while we can't always reverse age-related hearing decline, we can support the body and brain in powerful ways that protect what we still have. There are exercises that strengthen the ear-brain connection. There are foods that feed the auditory system. And there are habits that train your hearing to stay sharper, longer. This video goes beyond hearing aids. It's about taking action, today, with proven tools that stimulate hearing, protect nerves, and keep you connected to the sounds of your life. Let's start with 5 lesser-known exercises that stimulate auditory awareness and retrain your listening ability, even after 60. Part 1. 5 daily exercises to stimulate hearing and improve auditory focus. These are not miracle cures, but like brain training or physical therapy, they work through consistent, gentle repetition. They don't require equipment. They just require your time and attention. 1. Sound localization training. Teach your brain to track direction again. As we age, we often lose the ability to quickly identify where sound is coming from, a key skill for safety and comprehension in complex environments. What to do? Sit in a quiet room with a partner. Close your eyes. Ask them to make a soft sound, clap, tap, whisper, from different positions around you. Try to identify the direction, left, right, behind, above. Repeat 10 to 15 rounds daily. This trains your brain to process spatial sound more effectively, improving orientation and responsiveness. 2. Whisper reading. Improve word recognition by focusing on clarity. This exercise sharpens your brain's ability to fill in soft or partially heard speech, especially in people with high-frequency hearing loss. What to do? Take a book or article and read it out loud in a whisper. Focus on pronunciation, breath, and articulation. Do this for 5 to 10 minutes each day. Over time, your brain becomes more sensitive to subtle changes in speech tone and rhythm, which helps in real-life conversations. 3. Auditory memory sequencing. Boost your brain's retention of sound. One common hearing-related issue is not just hearing the words, but remembering them, especially in noisy settings. What to do? Ask someone to read out a short list of numbers, names, or words. Try to repeat them in the correct order. Start with 3 items, then increase to 5 or 6. You can also use memory training apps designed for auditory sequence recall. This strengthens the auditory working memory, the key to keeping up with fast-paced dialogue. 4. Nature sound focus. Rebuild attention to soft, layered sounds. Modern life is full of harsh, artificial noise. Reconnecting to subtle, natural sounds helps reactivate the auditory processing centers that often get dulled by city life or TV volume. What to do? Go outside, or use a high-quality nature sound recording. Sit quietly and try to identify as many different sounds as possible. Birds, wind, insects, distant cars. Close your eyes and focus deeply for 5 to 10 minutes. This meditation-like exercise boosts auditory discrimination and calms your nervous system. 5. Voice frequency training. Target the tones most commonly lost with age. Most age-related hearing loss begins in the higher frequencies, which includes many consonants and female voices. What to do? Use a free online tone generator or hearing app to play high-frequency tones, 3,000 to 8,000 Hz, at safe volume levels. Listen for a few minutes daily. Never loud. The goal is not to restore lost frequencies, but to keep your brain attuned to tones it still partially detects. Combine this with repeating high-pitched words or singing in a slightly higher voice to engage the same range. You don't need fancy equipment or perfect ears to retrain your hearing. You just need time, repetition, and attention. Because your hearing isn't just about your ears, it's about the connection between your ears, your brain, and your awareness. Even with hearing loss, you can train yourself to hear smarter, clearer, and more confidently, one day at a time. Part 2. What to eat for better hearing. Foods that protect and fuel your ears. When we think of nutrition, we think heart, weight, energy. But rarely do we think ears. And yet, your hearing depends on tiny, sensitive structures that rely on oxygen, antioxidants, and minerals to function and survive. There's no single food that fixes hearing loss, but the right nutrients help prevent further decline, reduce nerve inflammation, and support the auditory system on a cellular level. Here are 5 powerful, often overlooked food strategies to nourish your hearing, one bite at a time. 1. Eat zinc-rich foods for inner ear repair and immune protection. Zinc plays a key role in cochlear cell recovery and may help protect against sudden sensorineural hearing loss caused by viral damage or inflammation. What to do? Include foods like pumpkin seeds, cashews, chickpeas, beef, and shellfish in your weekly meals. One serving of pumpkin seeds provides nearly 20% of your daily zinc needs. If you're vegetarian or over 65, your zinc absorption may be lower. Speak to a doctor before supplementing. 2. Add folate and B12. They help maintain nerve health and reduce tinnitus. Low levels of folate and B12 have been linked to both hearing loss and the ringing in the ears known as tinnitus. These vitamins help support the protective coating, myelin, around auditory nerves. What to do? Eat more leafy greens, eggs, lentils, fortified cereals, and liver, if you eat meat. B12 is harder to absorb with age, especially if you take antacids, so lab testing may be helpful. A deficiency can also affect mood, energy, and memory, all of which worsen hearing challenges. 3. Use ginger and garlic, natural anti-inflammatories that support blood flow. Good hearing requires steady blood flow to the inner ear. Ginger and garlic not only improve circulation, but also reduce chronic inflammation that harms auditory pathways. What to do? Add fresh ginger to tea, smoothies, or stir-fries. Grate garlic into soups, sauces, or salad dressings. These 2 herbs may also reduce the severity of temporary hearing issues caused by infections, sinus pressure, or mild fluid buildup. Avoid garlic pills or extracts unless prescribed. Natural forms are more balanced and safer. 4. Choose dark chocolate, in moderation, for magnesium and antioxidants. Yes, it's true. Real dark chocolate, 70% cocoa or higher, contains magnesium, zinc, and polyphenols that protect your inner ear from oxidative stress. What to do? Enjoy a small square of dark chocolate, 10 to 20 grams, a few times per week. Choose low-sugar options to avoid the blood sugar spikes that can damage blood vessels in the ear. This is one health food most people don't mind trying, but remember, more is not better. 5. Stay consistent with hydration-friendly foods, not just water. Hydration helps maintain the delicate fluid levels in your inner ear, crucial for both hearing and balance. But not all hydration has to come from drinking. What to do? Eat water-rich foods like strawberries, cucumbers, zucchini, watermelon, celery, and oranges. Make soups, stews, and smoothies a regular part of your diet, especially if you don't drink enough water directly. Avoid salty snacks and processed meats, which dehydrate and worsen inner ear pressure. Your ears may be small, but they rely on a huge network of nutrients and blood vessels. And while you can't hear vitamins, your inner ear feels every food decision you make. You don't have to be perfect. Just start somewhere. One mineral, one herb, one healthier meal a day. Your hearing may thank you not with a sound, but with less strain, more clarity, and longer connection. If this part gave you a fresh look at how food supports your hearing, hit the like button, drop a comment with your favorite ear-friendly food, and stay tuned for more in the next part. Part 3. Lifestyle habits that protect your hearing. Beyond volume and noise. Most people think hearing loss is just about sound, how loud something is, or how old your ears are. But the truth is, your hearing is affected by your entire lifestyle, from how you move and sleep, to how you manage stress and interact with technology. Your ears don't work in isolation. They're connected to your brain, your blood vessels, your hormones, and your daily routines. Here are 5 less talked about habits that quietly support or weaken your hearing over time. 1. Get consistent sleep. Your ears need recovery time too. During deep sleep, your brain clears out metabolic waste and resets nerve connections, including those related to auditory processing. Poor or irregular sleep increases inflammation and worsens how your brain interprets sound. What to do? Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Keep a regular bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. Create a quiet, dark sleep environment. Use blackout curtains and turn off electronics. Avoid caffeine and screens for at least an hour before bed. The better you sleep, the better you'll hear. 2. Practice gentle jaw and neck stretching. Tension affects hearing. The jaw joint, TMJ, sits very close to the ear canal. When it's tight, from stress, teeth grinding, or poor posture, it can compress nearby structures and affect hearing clarity, cause ringing, or lead to ear pressure. What to do? Do daily stretches. Gently open and close your jaw. Move it side to side, and do slow neck rolls and shoulder shrugs. Avoid clenching your jaw while concentrating. Keep awareness of face and neck tension throughout the day. If you grind your teeth at night, talk to your dentist about a protective night guard. 3. Take breaks from earbud use. And never fall asleep wearing them. Earbuds trap sound directly in your ear canal. Over time, especially at medium-high volume, this can cause cumulative nerve damage. Sleeping with earbuds in keeps the ear under pressure and may cause minor swelling or infections. What to do? Use over-ear headphones when possible. They allow more air circulation and reduce risk of canal irritation. Never fall asleep with earbuds in. If you listen to music or white noise at night, use a pillow speaker or bedside device. Limit headphone use to under 90 minutes at a time. Let your ears rest in between. 4. Walk outdoors regularly. It activates natural sound awareness. Indoor life is controlled, predictable, and often overly quiet or noisy in unnatural ways. Walking outside exposes your ears to layered, low-stress sound environments that retune your awareness, gently training your ears and brain to stay alert. What to do? Walk daily in a park, quiet neighborhood, or nature path. Listen for rustling leaves, distant voices, birdsong, or footsteps. Avoid wearing headphones during these walks. Let your ears be fully present and engaged. This also improves balance, which is closely linked to hearing and inner ear function. 5. Reduce long-term stress. Cortisol harms your hearing too. Chronic stress releases cortisol, a hormone that narrows blood vessels and increases inflammation, both of which reduce blood flow to the auditory system. Over time, this accelerates nerve fatigue and weakens hearing. What to do? Build a daily relaxation ritual. Deep breathing, stretching, meditation, or prayer. Even 5 to 10 minutes helps reset your stress response. Laugh, sing, or engage in hobbies that bring joy. Positive emotions have measurable physical effects on hearing and cognitive function. If stress feels overwhelming, talk to a therapist or support group. Your hearing is worth the support. Your ears reflect how you live. The more you support your whole body and nervous system, the more you protect the hearing you still have. You don't need to change everything overnight. Start with one walk, one stretch, one better sleep. These tiny shifts build a more resilient system, one that's better able to hear, understand, and enjoy the world around you. If you learned something new today, hit like, leave a comment, and stay tuned. Because the final part is coming up next, and it's all about communication confidence, mindset, and staying socially strong with hearing loss. Part 4. Hearing loss and confidence. How to stay engaged, express yourself, and feel understood. Hearing loss doesn't only change how you hear, it changes how you relate to people, how you feel in conversations, and how safe you feel in social situations. You might feel left out, embarrassed, or afraid to speak up. But here's the truth. Hearing loss doesn't have to isolate you. With the right communication tools and mindset, you can stay active, involved, and confident, no matter how your hearing changes. Here are 5 real-world strategies that help you maintain strong social connections, express yourself clearly, and feel empowered, not invisible. 1. Use preview phrases to prepare people for your needs. When you let people know how to best communicate with you, you remove confusion and make the interaction smoother for everyone. What to do? Before a conversation starts, say something like, "Just a heads up, I hear better on my left side. I have some hearing loss. Could you speak clearly and face me?" This sets the tone without shame and gives others permission to support you effectively. Second, position yourself strategically in group settings. Where you sit or stand can determine how much you hear. Being aware of your surroundings and making small adjustments gives your ears a better chance to keep up. What to do? In restaurants or meetings, sit with your back to a wall and your better ear toward the speaker. Avoid sitting near loudspeakers, windows, or busy entrances. In family gatherings, ask to be seated at the center or close to people you know speak clearly. Lighting matters too. Well-lit faces are easier to lip-read and track. 3. Practice mindful turn-taking in conversation. Fast, overlapping talk can be frustrating and disorienting for people with hearing loss. Encouraging slower, more intentional conversation helps everyone, not just you. What to do? Model calm communication. Speak clearly, pause between thoughts, and make eye contact. Others will often mirror your style. In group conversations, gently ask for one person to speak at a time, especially when the topic is important or emotional. Don't pretend to understand. Ask for repetition or clarification when needed. That's real communication. 4th, train your expression skills. What you say with your face, body, and hands. Even with hearing loss, your ability to express yourself remains powerful. In fact, body language and facial expression become even more important. They fill in what words might miss. What to do? Use gestures, nodding, and hand movements naturally when you speak. It reinforces your message and helps others stay engaged. Practice expressive listening. Eye contact, leaning in, reactive facial expressions to show presence, even if you miss some words. The more engaged you look, the more people feel heard, even when sound isn't perfect. 5. Reframe hearing loss as a shift, not a loss. Mindset is everything. The more you see hearing loss as a closed door, the more you isolate. But if you see it as a change, you can navigate, adapt to, and even grow through. You reclaim your voice. What to do? Write a new narrative. I'm not broken. I'm learning a new way to listen. Focus on what's still strong. Your mind, your humor, your experience. Those are what people connect with. If you feel discouraged, talk to someone who's been there. Hearing loss support groups are full of people living full, connected lives, just with a few more tools. You may hear differently now, but you are still fully you. And people want to hear you. Your story, your voice, your presence. By taking small steps to stay visible, clear, and connected, you protect more than your hearing. You protect your place in the world. If this video encouraged you, leave a comment, like, and share it with someone who might need a gentle reminder. You don't have to fade into the background just because sound has. See you in the next video.